I don't think you have to have children, to write children's books because uh, I think uh, the most important thing is that you can remember your own childhood, and you can sort of go back and recreate that feeling of being a child, and uh, what feelings and what emotions you had, and what kind of stories that inspired you and scared you and made you laugh and made you cry. At least for me, writing is not about trying to find out what I think you will like, but what I like myself. And then to be able to write children's books, you have to be able to be a child again. For me, writing children's books are more or less the same as writing crime fiction or any other story for that matter. It's about um, constructing a story that works, that have the sort of clockwork that makes a story tick, and something that makes the story worth telling. It has to have I'm not a fan of the word message, but it has to touch you in a way and make you think about certain things. In the children's books, in the first book of Dr. Proktor, and probably in the second and the third, it's about friendship. It's about looking out for each other and about loyalty. Um, I don't find it any easier to write children's books, not any more difficult either. It's just the same. You have to have a good story, and children, they can tell right away if you don't have a good story. I tell stories to my daughter all the time, and after 20 seconds she can sense whether it's a good story or not. And sometimes she will stop me and say, okay, enough, try again. so so you have to, you have to work hard on it and deliver every time. I think that everything I've ever read uh, uh, has inspired me. Um, but I would say that Mark Twain is probably my most important influence, since my mother and my father read Mark Twain for me when I was young, Huckleberry Finn and Tom Sawyer. And I like Roald Dahl very much. Actually, I lived in an apartment just above uh, his his aunt. So he used to come in summer and stay in the apartment just below me. That was before I lived, but he's a great inspiration. And also we have great children books authors here in the Nordic countries, like Astrid Lindgren from Sweden and Torbjørn Egner from Norway. I'm really excited about Dr. Proctor becoming a film now. I'm not sure how they will solve all the problems that they must face, because some of the scenes here, they are really spectacular, and but I'm really excited. I think I've spoken to them, and it seems like they have some pretty good ideas about how they are going to do it. So I'm just looking forward to seeing it up on the big screen, and seeing Bulle and Lise and Dr. Proctor. Well, I've been asked uh, many times about how does it feel to have the, the the amount of success that I had as a crime writer and now also as a children's writer. Um, I think that for me it's an idea and a story. It needs a vehicle to carry the story, and the work that you do is in the idea. It's in the story, whether it's a crime story or it's a children's books. It doesn't matter. I've also written plays. I've written lyrics for my music, and it's just different stories needs different vehicles. Uh, uh, and so I'm not surprised. I mean, if I'm a good storyteller and do my best work. I put all my effort into it. You know, I think that I'm a pretty good storyteller. So I think that uh, I think it's only natural that people like my stories. It was like that when I was a small child. I used to tell stories, and you know, I discovered that okay, people like my stories. So it's not like when I move between the genres, it's not like okay, now I succeeded in that field, now I will try to succeed in that field. I don't think of it in those terms. I just think that okay, I have some good stories, and if if this story is a children's book, then sure, I'm a storyteller. I tell stories. It's what I do. Sometimes I'm good at my work. Sometimes I'm not that good. And but whether it's a crime story or a children's book, it's you know it's all about ideas.